Hey, what's happening, LinkedIn? And on this video, we're going to be taking a look at Brittany Krystal Hoffman goes off on a poor soul and talking about consistency and taking a break when it's needed to, keep yourself sane as you're growing a business. We're going to be looking at Willie Morris coming back. He has 3 new ventures that he's working on, so we're going to touch on those. Israel Lugo from the Misfits talks about being yourself, being the best version of yourself, not trying to be anyone else. And last but not least, Mr. Jeff Larsen, one of the original OG LinkedIn influencers, top LinkedIn video creator of 2018, has since quit his LinkedIn. He had to cancel his LinkedIn profile, but has reappeared on Bill Schmogberg's LinkedIn profile with a video in the famous lot, as well as me reposting a parody that I did of that. So we're going to be talking about that on this State of Influence report. Anyways, I'm your host, Zach Scriven. Thank you guys for tuning in. And this is the State of Influence, where I talk about interesting things happening on LinkedIn this week. So if you guys are ever have any type of interesting post, feel free to tag me in it, and maybe it'll get covered in this report. So let's dive right into it. So Brittany Krystal Hoffman, for those of you guys that don't know, she was a lawyer. She ended up working for Gary Vaynerchuk, doing personal branding, has since gone off onto her own to be a personal branding strategist, has her own podcast, Beyond Influential. She's a speaker. She's really just killing it. And she also has a course called the LinkedIn Laws, not in-laws, but LinkedIn Laws, and teaching people how to use LinkedIn to crush their goals. And I really like what Brittany does, but she had this post about consistency. Let me just rephrase this. So she's been running a lot of LinkedIn or Facebook ads, Instagram ads. So I've been seeing her talking about her course, but I also had been seeing a lack of her in my feed. And this has been kind of going on for a while. And over the last few weeks, I actually saw this post, and I actually, I called her out on it. And I went and looked at her post activity. And if you see here, her most 2 recent posts was one a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and this one was about consistency. So I just said, hey, Brittany, I'd like to draw your attention to your own consistency. And guys, I mean this in the most helpful way. So like I said, I love Brittany. If you're having a LinkedIn course, I'm gonna hold you to a higher standard, And she even said, she posted something on Instagram. She's like, I'm actually kind of flattered by someone who keeps track of my posting that much, but the point is, if I'm calling you out, it means I actually care about you, and I want you to succeed. So I didn't mean it in a negative way. It maybe came off in a negative way, but what she did next was actually amazing, because she went on Instagram and just went off. And let me see if you can see this here. So I'll move this. So she said, do what you can and do not feel guilty when you can't. So she said, today someone pointed out that I preach consistent content but haven't been as consistent the last 2 weeks, and I thought this was an excellent time to clarify my thoughts on consistency. Let me just say, she is consistent. In the long term, she's very consistent. She's been there since day one. She's always been there. Over the last 2 weeks, she's dropped out a little bit because some things going on with her family. She's growing her business. She started a LinkedIn challenge. So definitely consistent, but I'm really glad that she didn't take this the wrong way. But I'm actually kind of honored that my comment calling her out actually kind of incited a little bit of fire in her, inspired this post. And I think it means the best. I think we're all cool. So guys, like I said, if I call you out, consider it a compliment. It may seem a little bit nitpicky, may seem a little bit rude. I have Asperger's, so I don't necessarily know the social construct of what's acceptable, what's not. I really do want the best for my audience, for my friends, for the people that I follow. So like I said, if I call you out, consider it a compliment. And also, if you are creating a LinkedIn course, I'm going to hold you to a higher standard. And maybe it's not me, but Brittany, maybe it's someone who, maybe they saw your Facebook ad, they come over to your profile, they look at your content, they're like, hey, wait, why is she telling me, to do LinkedIn, but she's not really doing it in full force herself. But you know, I really do like the message that she then posted on Instagram and on LinkedIn afterwards, saying that, you know, sometimes it's okay to take a break, and I totally agree. So overall, I think this was a positive message. Brittany, you're awesome. Thanks for taking it like a champ. So anyways, moving on here. Going on to Willie Morris. So Willie Morris is he's a creator. He's a creative. He does YouTube videos. He has over like almost 20,000 subscribers now. He worked for many startups. Amazon, he had his own startup called Faithbox with Gary Vaynerchuk, who was acquired. Now he's working on 3 different projects. One is called Fanmio, which is basically, think of it like Cameo, but you can buy a FaceTime session with one of your favorite influencers. Or like maybe it's a famous athlete, Alex Rodriguez, whatever. So this Fanmio platform allows you to, you know, get that FaceTime with that audience. Maybe they want to sign something for it. You buy some merch, they sign it for you, they talk to you, they send it to you. Gives you a new experience. And so that's one of the projects that he's been working on. Another one is like this kind of like wearable speaker. Let's see if we can find that here. It's like right here.
More visible. This story is kind of crazy because...
And then last but not least is, wait, let's see.
Content from me, check that out. I've been slacking a little bit with the videos, but hopefully now you know why. All these projects take a ton of
Anyways, the third project that he's working on is a cannabis company. It's actually a medical cannabis company, and they are trying to basically disrupt the opioid epidemic, which I could not say is a better mission. I mean, it's a huge crisis. People with painkillers getting addicted, you know, Percocets, you know, Vicodin, heroin, you know, you name it. It's a problem. Natural alternatives are much better. But what he said was, it's a medical cannabinoid. I can't even say it now. A medical cannabinoid company. And I posted a comment saying, hey, you know, I think it's cannabinoid, not cannabinoid. And I said, you know, as a cannabis user myself, I think it's, you know, I think my ears burned a little bit when I heard you say that. Wait, let's pull this up over here. Cannabinoid. Yeah, see, I don't know. Is it, okay, guys, is it cannabinoid or is it cannabinoid? I think it's cannabinoid because when I think of cannabis, I say cannabis. You know, I smoke cannabis, not cannabis. I don't know. What do you guys smoke? Do you guys smoke cannabis, or do you guys smoke cannabis, or do you not smoke at all? Anyways, I think he might have took it a little offensive because his response was a little bit short. He said, cool, sent me a link to someone pronouncing it cannabinoid. But anyways, like, again, you know, what I said is, like, I really am trying to be helpful. If I thought it was a little bit strange hearing him say cannabinoid, maybe someone else will. Like I said, guys, let me know down below. Is it cannabinoid? Cannabinoid? I don't know. I said maybe take a user survey, because ultimately it doesn't matter what you or I think, it matters what your customers think. And so that's kind of my message there. Willie, don't take it personally. I'm really glad to see you back on LinkedIn. Glad to see you crushing it. Just very cool video. Love the B-roll intros. I mean, just look at this. Epic videos. So anyways, that's Willie Morris. So moving on to the last one. The last one of the State of Influence report, which is actually was inspired by Israel Lugo, talking about this. You know, being someone that you're not copying. And as you guys know, I do parodies. I do copy other people, but I mean, look at me, guys. There's no one else out there like me. We are all unique. No one's claiming that I'm acting like someone else. So I didn't necessarily take it personally, but you know, what was meant as advice based on the copy, it could be almost taken as a little bit like, all right, this is what I'm doing, like, so don't copy me. It kind of, I don't know, it could almost be kind of coming off as like, just because, you know, here's what he said, just because Jackie Hermes has some sleek branding at a celly doesn't mean that you should mimic it. I kind of disagree, you guys. So again, one, it could be kind of taken as conceited, like, oh, you know, don't copy me. Who even said someone's copying you, you know? But secondly, that's how we learn. So when you look at children, you look at babies, they copy everything that we do. I have a 2-year-old daughter. Everything I say, everything that comes out of my mouth, you know, she loves playing with the camera because that's what daddy does. You know, she loves being on daddy's podcast. People are born to copy. So I don't necessarily agree. Like, while I agree, be yourself. Don't just try to be Gary Vaynerchuk, or don't just try to be Quentin Allums and get like that hat. Maybe have your own hat. You know what I'm saying? So, just kind of a counterpoint to his point, which, you know, I could see both sides. Anyways, what it interestingly brought up was I just went and I actually copied his. He had these 2 stop signs here, which are not showing up on my computer, but I said imitation is the highest form of flattery. And I reposted this parody that I did of Jeff Larsen.
Hello, LinkedIn friends, and happy Sunday to everyone.
And I just really loved that video. People loved it when I originally posted it, but funny enough, it actually surfaced a fact that Bill Schoenberg, Bill, tell me how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry if I'm botching it. Send me a voicemail maybe. Bill posted a video with Jeff Larsen. So here it is. Jeff Larsen, the OG. I don't know, what are the odds, guys, that this kind of came up? I reposted my video, and lo and behold, the same day, like a few hours before, the OG Jeff Larsen.
Hello, LinkedIn friends, and happy Tuesday to everyone. Hope everyone is having a great day, and of course, just getting it done.
So anyways, guys, it's really good to see Jeff. Jeff, it's so good to see you. Basically, he had to take a break to, you know, be the best version of himself. You know, he said this quote, and I'm going to quote him. We are only in a race against ourselves to become the best versions of ourselves and no one else. So it sounds like, you know, maybe the LinkedIn content, it kind of became a little bit overwhelming. I can identify with that. I can agree that sometimes it does get you sucked in, and sometimes you just need to take a break. You know, I think that's kind of a theme here with Brittany Krystal, talking about her break and her family things going on, a loss in the family. Who knows what Jeff was going through, but he had to take it to the extent of deleting his LinkedIn profile. But it is really good to see him back. Jeff, don't get sucked back in again, but, you know, maybe if we could see you every now and again, that would be awesome. And Willie Morris, again, taking time off to work on 3 different companies. Willie always doing amazing things. Israel Lugo, yes, you know, be yourself, don't be anyone else, but also don't be afraid to take inspiration. Don't take it as offense, take it as a compliment. And anyways, guys, that's going to be it for today's State of Influence report. I hope you guys enjoyed. Smash that like button. Links to all these posts will be down in the comment section below. And have an amazing day. Peace.